when they've been pumping top-end Tier 2 teams. So on paper, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. If you're beating top teams like Nine Pandas, like a Monty, an Omega, a Gun5, 500, all those teams that we look at being real threats to the top end of Tier 2, maybe it just says that when they go up against the weaker teams, there's more struggles ahead. And that's something that the team needs to approach. That's something that they need to try and work around, because you only get in against the tough teams, I would say, in the playoffs. What about stage 2? I mean, what about some of the teams that are going to be playing in there?
Yeah, I mean, teams like Favbet have made their way forward already from Group D. You mentioned Veteran, Omega, Paravision, Sinners. I mean, there's some very, very tough names within that particular, market. And I also believe as well that Zero Tenacity, also based on that, the tiebreakers have worked out with this victory, are going to be progressing over Spirit Academy as well. So you've got that in the back pockets of the Z10 lads and everything. So that's basically your 2 teams out of Group C, if my math is correct on that one. And so, again, you're just thinking about a lot of great squads, a lot of great potential challenges for Bait to deal with. And look, if they're going to prove that they're the top-end team in Tier 2 of the ranking, then they're going to have to do so with a lot more than what we've seen today. And I think that really is the bottom line to take away from this. For the Rush B side, however, they tried to, of course, return a lot more than, they tried to return onto that victory, and they got very close in doing so. How do we weigh up their end of the series here?
I thought that they played better on Ancient than Bait did. Now, I won't say that for the majority of Nuke and the majority of Mirage. I thought the Bait were the stronger team, but I thought in that decider that Rush B had way more chances, and it might just come down to the inexperience of the team and them not familiar with playing top-end squads in Tier 2. I mean, I'm looking at round 24. They were just set up for it. It should have been a 13-11. They should have closed in regulation. It's a shame because not often does an 88th seed team beat a 22nd team, but the chances really were here, and it's going to be quite deflating, and I'm sure the boys are going to be quite let down because they know very rarely do we have chances like that, and in the one time that we did, we choked. We didn't close out when we needed to.
Yeah, and that, unfortunately, it just kind of is the way the cookie crumbles in that respect here. So, look, they can, of course, make their way forward towards the mid-group, and for Rush B, I think that's a very appropriate place to be in. I think if I was to place them over the course of the group itself, given how dire things have looked for teams like Iberian Soul and Arc Red not quite able to live up to the same potential, I think the Rush B actually can do well in terms of the mid-group, so it does feel like a very appropriate position for them to be in. But the fact they were that close towards getting the high end for Phase 2, I mean, that's going to sting somewhat here. But again, that's how the results work out for them. Bait will indeed secure the victory, even if it wasn't the most confident one. 4-1 in Group C. They maintain the top end position. And that will do it from us here on the main stream. The Aurora Rebels match is still ongoing on one of our community broadcasters, though, Dwayne. So Group D is yet to be decided in full here. It's currently 13-12.